Hello and welcome to Finextra. I'm Ben Poole and we're here at the International Management Seminar put on by Diebold Nixdorf in Amsterdam. And I'm now joined by Andy Mattis, CEO of Diebold Nixdorf. Thank you for joining me, Andy.
Thank you for having me.
Digital transformation is changing the banking industry faster than ever before. Banks need to service their clients physically and digitally. What's your vision for this?
The overriding thought is the notion of connected commerce. The idea of bridging the physical world of cash with the digital world of cash. The idea of connecting your banking services with your retail services. The idea of connecting along Main Street banks with retailers. And ultimately, the goal to get to the bank for one. The bank that's personalized for you, Ben, that caters to your needs when you need it in a way that you like it without you having to do a lot of explaining, and you get the services you require customized and more efficient.
What are the key trends affecting the industry and how should banks look at these when they're strategizing and prioritizing?
4 major trends: automation, digitalization, individualization, and an as-a-service delivery mechanism. So, banks are looking at turning tellers into sellers. The best way to do this is to automate. Our machine can do about 90% of what the human person can do. Basically everything but notarized signatures. And only more to come going forward. With that, the bank can actually truly embrace the trend of individualization, the bank for one, the customized offering, and the unique banking experience. And we can help on both aspects. Digitalization is clearly the route to go. It's a mobile-first environment, which is why we made an investment and are pushing the DN mobile applications to a broad audience around the world. And from a delivery point of view, you want it in an as-a-service model, you want it cloud-based, and you want to be nimble and agile how you roll out these technologies, which is why we're making huge investments into our services.
So there's been a lot of discussion around whether modern societies actually need cash. And in any case, obviously cash handling is very expensive. So how can banks look to improve their efficiencies here?
So if you listen to all the futurologists, the Western world is on its way to what's called a cash-light society. So there will be cash, but the number of transactions in which we will use cash is going to go down. Cash itself will turn into a commodity, which means for the bank, it won't be a key differentiator in attracting customers and clients. So the minute something commoditizes, you're looking for ways to provide it in a more efficient, yet secure and convenient manner. And that's where we come into play. One of our key offerings is what we call managing the long tail of cash, which means, why don't you outsource it to someone who does this for a living, aka us, and you, Mr. Bank, focus on what you would like to do, which is to generate more revenue and enhance the customer experience. And we're already doing this. If you take a look at Denmark, for example, the Danish banks formed a consortium about a year ago, 11 banks that teamed up and said we should provide ATM services together as a joint offering versus everyone by themselves. Well, then the consortium turned around and said, you know what, we're actually better off if we're like a holding company and we control everything, but it's more efficient for us to outsource the doing to Diebold Nixdorf. So for all practical purposes, we became the cash provider to the 11 largest banks in Denmark. And that's a model that we see being replicated all around the globe, and there's a huge level of interest around it. Implications of how you implement it on a country-by-country basis are different, but the trend is going there globally.
That's great, Andy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for watching.